already know what's happening. We already know why we're here. It's a new versus game, but it's not really a versus game. It's just Marvel. Now, when I first saw this, man, I lost my shit, man. I was like, because I've been expecting something, not as soon as this, but when I saw Captain America's shield, I was like, it's Marvel versus Capcom, 4. Um, and but it wasn't. I kept waiting for Ryu to just pop out and just start hitting his combos and shit, but it just never happened. Now, am I a little disappointed? Kind of, but at the same time, this looks so good, man. It looks. This is everything I ever wanted in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. But it's just not. Capcom's just not there. It's just Marvel. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing in a lot of ways. I mean, first of all, the game looks amazing, you know. And by the way, I'm glad I didn't stream, or that I'm not a streamer, because I lost my shit. I wasn't crying, but I was. My eyes were a little watery because I was like, "What the fuck is happening, dude?" Like, um, I could not explain what I was looking at. And part of me was like especially right here when it said 4v4, because I had just made a video about how it could be possible to do a 4v4 and how that could work, and how Marvel vs. Capcom could make that work. And it's pretty much the same thing I said in that video. That's what the gameplay is gonna be like. The only difference is that you could switch characters. You can tag your other character in and switch off like the main character. So if you go back and look at that video that I made, I kind of predicted it in a way. So in my opinion, the way you'd make a 4v4 work is the way they're doing it here, which is make one character the main character, similar to kind of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Injustice 3, I believe. To where it was one guy, right? But then somebody would come out and do like let's say you do like a quarter circle motion, which would be like a dragon punch. All right, so the best option would probably be a Shoto type character to come out and do that particular movement. You know, be it Ryu or Ken or Akuma, you know, and so on. You can move down the list. Who has the best anti-air, who has a best aerial attack, and you would switch off accordingly. But you wouldn't have to like tag your friend in, your partner in. It would just happen as you do the move. So, and I didn't explain it exactly like that, but I did use good examples in, like I said, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in Injustice, and um, I forgot what other example I used, but that was the main example that I used, and that's pretty much what's happening here. That's pretty much what I feel is going on in this trailer, with the exception that they came up with something better than what I came up with. And of course they did, because they're the guys that make the games, which is that you can switch off from one character to another, and I mean, and that'll change the dynamic of the game as you switch, which is crazy. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I mean, that's why these guys are the ones that are making games, and I'm over here just giving my opinions. But I mean, it's pretty close to what I was thinking about. It's pretty close to what I had in mind. But of course, the question is, what happens to Marvel versus Capcom? What happens to that franchise? Because there was so much going on, before this happened. There were so many things. Like for example, the collection, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Now, at this point, you start thinking like, was that almost like a goodbye to the whole franchise? Does that mean that there isn't going to be a Marvel vs. Capcom? Now, for the moment, I do believe that this means that for the next couple of years, there is not going to be a Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, does it mean that it's never going to happen? I don't think. I don't think that's the case because I mean, why would they do all that stuff? And they did like um, like an update to Marvel vs. Capcom collection and all of this other stuff. So in my mind, it would be impossible for them not to do something in the future. And the more I think about it, this could be just like a reboot of how things used to be in the past. Because in the beginning, it was actually Marvel, right? The fighting game. I think Marvel Gems or something like that. And then after that, it was Marvel versus Capcom and stuff like that. Marvel Superheroes, X Men versus Street Fighter, and all of this stuff happened after that. And I'm thinking what could happen, what could happen with Capcom. It could be that Capcom is gonna either spend time developing a game with SNK to make a new SVC in the future, and maybe we're gonna get the All Stars games that we've always wanted. The Capcom All Stars. Where you're gonna have Strider, you're gonna have the guy with the arm. What's his name? Bionic Commando, and all of these guys in their own game. And maybe that means somewhere around 2028, 2029, we might get a clash of those two things together. But as of right now, in my opinion, Marvel token, whatever you call it. That's the other thing. The name, when I first saw the name, I got so confused. I was like, Marvel token, because in my mind, I was thinking it would be good for them to use a theme. By the way, I like the theme, but the theme I had in mind for the game, because every Marvel vs. Capcom game has a theme. And the first one, not so much. It was just a game, right? The second one, the theme was like art, like somebody was sketching them out in like a book or something like that. Yeah, kind of like a tale or like a graphic, not a graphic novel, but a novel with graphics, if that makes any sense. That was kind of like the theme of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And in 3, it was a comic book. It was they were part of a comic book, and you were flipping pages, of a comic book, and that was the theme of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. In Infinite, which wasn't really 4, it was kind of like a movie. They were trying to make it a movie. They were trying to make it a cinematic universe of similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is probably why they failed. They were trying to pull from the cinematic universe. They're trying to pull those people, but it just didn't look that good. Um, but in this one, I was thinking that it should be a card game. The theme should be a card game, and each one of these characters should be played by some alien or some collector type being from either Marvel or Capcom, whoever has those type of characters, like collector type characters. And in Marvel, there is some I forgot their names. I think they're called the collectors or something like that. And maybe they could be playing them. That's what I thought the theme was gonna be. But the theme, if you could see here, it's a comic book. It's I don't know if you guys know the way comic books are made, but they first start with a blue ink because the blue ink it doesn't appear in the print, and you can see the squares right here on the top. At the bottom, you always put your name, the name of the author or the company you're working for or whatever, or the publishing company, and then you start drawing on there, and the border edges are cut off. So that's how you make a comic book. And when I first saw that, I knew, that it was Marvel. I thought it was Marvel versus Capcom. That the theme was gonna be, comic book creation or something like that. Of course, I would have liked it to be playing cards. Like I said in the video, that the theme could be better if it was playing cards, and each one of these guys was kind of like a tarot card or a playing card of some sort, like a Pokemon card or something. That would have been, in my opinion, a good theme. This is okay but the thing is we've seen it before. Like I said, Marvel versus Capcom 3 was that. It was a comic book. But I mean, it's cool anyways. The theme isn't as important as the gameplay that I'm looking at, and the characters that I'm looking at, and the possibilities of, so many Marvel characters, to be explored. And I think, if we're gonna be honest, guys, like, this could have been the best option for the long term. If you wanted to do things good, if you wanted to take things to the maximum, of its potential with Marvel versus Capcom, this is the best way to go, because when two companies join together, two companies that are as big as Marvel versus Capcom, it's always a an issue to figure out what characters to bring to the table, from each side. And from Capcom, it's always been like an exploration thing, to where Capcom uses Marvel's name to, promote its own characters. But with Marvel, there's so many characters to pull from. There's so many characters to that you could use, that it's almost, risky, but at the same time impossible to pick certain guys. You know, and I think, since this is a purely Marvel, exclusive Marvel, um, game, it's going to be easier for Marvel to just pick so many characters that they've been wanting to pick for a long time. Like, for example, and I'm gonna mention a few that I've been wanting for a long time in these types of games, in these versus games. One of them is Nightwing. Another one is Daredevil, right? Another one is, of course, Blade. Blade. People have been clamoring for Blade for such a long time, So this could be the chance for Marvel to show what it could do with these characters, and maybe then in the future they could be like, see what happened here. Um, this means that this character can work in this type of game. And it's kind of like, the way I see it, the way I'm looking at this, it's kind of like when you're picking all stars for a basketball team, right? You pick the best out of each team. I mean, yeah, out of each team for each state, and or if you go into the Olympics, the same thing, right? But we have to, in order for us to show off what we got, we have to purely dedicate ourselves to Marvel or Capcom. And if that's the case, I can't wait for Capcom All Stars, because that is really going to be the interesting one. Because with Marvel, we know what these characters could do. We grew up on Marvel. Most of us know a lot about Marvel because of the MVCU, um, because of comic books, and because this is just our culture, our pop culture here in America and in the West. These characters, we just know who they are. But with Marvel, I mean, with Capcom All Stars, some of those characters we don't know. In fact, some of the characters we came to know with Marvel vs. Capcom, like, for example, Captain Commando, Strider, um, Mega Man. Believe it or not, I did not know. Or actually, Mega Man's the only one that I did know before I played Marvel vs. Capcom, and Ryu. Um, but anyways, my point is that this could be the best outcome for a better Marvel vs. Capcom game in the future. And that's what I'm looking at the bright side, because a lot of people are saying it's over. You know, it's Jover. We're never gonna get a Marvel versus Capcom game. This is it. You know, this means that MVC is dead. MVC4 is dead. But I don't see it that way. I see this as an opportunity for, like I said, each company to put their best foot forward and show us what they could do with their characters, with all their characters that they have. Because this 4v4, I mean, if you think about it, there's going to have to be at least 50 characters, you know, at launch. And then you got to add that to the DLCs, you know, maximum 5 years or more, maximum 7 years, 7 8 years, minimum 4 or 5 years. All right, now, um, 5 years of DLC. Think about that. How many characters do you think they're gonna launch in a DLC? It has to be at least 2 teams, which means there's gonna, in my opinion, there's gonna be 8 characters per DLC, or at least that's what I would want to happen. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll just be 4 characters per DLC. That'd be crazy. You know, that'd be crazy. Now, of course, we gotta ask the question: is this gonna be free to play? You know, if this is free to play, um, first of all, I don't think that's gonna happen because this is a PlayStation exclusive, and I really doubt that a PlayStation exclusive is gonna be free to play. The Japanese don't play that. If it was gonna be free to play, it's probably gonna be something from Korea or even from the U.S. And the thing is, free to play games is not for everybody. You gotta know what you're doing when it comes to free to play games, and you have to know how to make money. That's really what it is. It has nothing to do with gameplay. It has nothing to do with. It does. But the thing is, it has to be combined with an ability to make money and to know how to make money and to know what people want. Um, and to not seem also predatory, because that's another thing with free to play games is that some of them just seem like they're very predatory with the way they want you to buy every little thing, you know. But getting back to this and talking a little bit about what we see here, man, like I said, I love what I'm seeing. I like how the close-ups look, and I like how, you know, there's a difference between this here and then when they're doing a super, right? And I like that because it just shows that they're going to focus a lot on this kind of stuff here, you know, on the movements and all the badass combinations. Like this shit here, man, is crazy. Um, and I like the characters that they picked because it shows me with the characters that they picked that they're going to be that everybody's going to be taken care of. Because if you see here, we have Iron Man, we have Captain America, right? And these two are kind of like the main guys in the MCU, right? In the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then you got your new generation people like the stretchy girl, Marvel girl, or Marvelous girl, I forget her name. And you got Robbie Reyes, right, which is the new generation, which is my favorite in the whole trailer, by the way. Of course, Captain America. When I saw his shield, I lost my shit, dude. Like when I saw his shield, I was like, this is it, bro. We're back. This Marvel versus Capcom, right? Um, but when I saw like the new generation, you know, Ghost Rider, Spider Man looks crazy. I mean, like if I had to pick like probably characters that I might use, definitely Ghost Rider is gonna be up there. You know, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping they have Blade and Nightcrawler. I hope I didn't say Nightwing because I always say Nightwing. I meant Nightcrawler, by the way. But this here, like the shit he did there, and then one of my favorite parts is gonna come up here. It's with Ghost Rider when he's in the car, And he's like, "Come on, let's fucking go." Like putting the pedal to the metal and just he's about to run over some dude, like straight up, like that shit, dude. Like that shit got me so hyped just to see, Ghost Rider just like that. That's the type of shit that gets me hyped. And the music, by the way, I really like the music. It's the type of music that makes you want to go fast. It's the type of music that if you have to get somewhere fast, you put it on. You put it on your aux in your car, like this shit right here, like like that shit made me lose it, bro. I was like, bro, I'm fucking ready to play now, dude. Um, yeah, Ghost Rider definitely. I'm definitely gonna main him, and the other one I like a lot is Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom was fucking badass. Like when the way he showed off his gun, dude. Like he kind of like his whole belt. He that kind of went over his whole belt. Like, yeah, I got a gun, bitch. And then he gets behind him, and then he takes out his gun and he shoots like that type of shit, bro. Like attention to detail, to badassery. Like that type of shit gives me hype, and I think the Japanese are really good at that. And yeah, just attention to badassery before you do your move, like that type of shit. The Japanese are like experts at that shit. And but yeah, this is another thing that got me interested is like the whole wall breaking thing, um, which I think is gonna be amazing as well. Like there's so much in this trailer that I like, and there's so much that's getting me hyped for the future. This game is gonna be released in 2026, so we still got time. I'm trying to figure out what game I could play to because I got all of the MVC games, not just the collection. So I got the collection, I got MVC 3, I got Infinite, I got all of them, and so yeah, we're just gonna have to see. And by the way, I've never really been that good at these games. I'm just a fan, and I enjoy playing it. And so yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see what Justin Wong is gonna do with these characters, because Justin Wong is a big um he's really good with Storm, but this is the thing is this is whole totally different gameplay. It's not the same as what we've seen before. It's just all different. So we're just gonna have to see. Like that's the thing that gets me so excited. It's like it's not like anything we've played before. Like from what I hear, it's similar to, like I said, what I thought it was gonna be, with the exception that you can switch off characters, and by switching off characters, the dynamic of your gameplay changes. Which is, bro, like that in itself, bro, dude, it's gonna be so crazy, dude. It's gonna be so crazy, and I'm trying to I can't wrap my head around it. Um, but it's still gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be a crazy game. Um, if they're gonna have a demo, I need to get my hands on it, man. And I'm glad to see I wasn't the only one reacting this way. There was a lot of people online, screaming. I was so confused, and to be honest, I felt a little bit alone because I was like, dude, somebody please help me here, bro. Because like, I don't know, is this Marvel versus Capcom in what is this? Is just Marvel by itself? And then they say 4v4, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. And I spent all day yesterday just looking at videos, reaction videos, trying to figure out what Max is saying, trying to figure out what Rufamonger is saying, trying to figure out what Justin is saying, Oliver Sajam, all the FGC guys. I just wanted somebody to help me, And it's cool to see that everybody's pretty much reacting the same way, um, with the news, and I mean, it's good, but at the same time, it's kind of confusing because, like I said, you don't know what's gonna happen with with MVC4 if it's ever gonna happen. And so part of it is like but then another part is like this shit is clean, bro. This shit is, I mean, it's everything we ever asked for, but just not Capcom's just not there. That's just. But like I said, um, I'm gonna take this as a good thing, as a good sign, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Um, but anyways, just really quick, guys, looking at the new costumes, I think Bison is all right. Bison looks pretty cool to me, but he's not necessarily the best. He just looks kind of weird. He's all right. He's all right. The jacket looks pretty cool. But I would probably be like my least favorite in my opinion personally. I know a lot of people like it. Mine has to be number one, right? For obvious reasons that I won't get into. I don't want to get demonetized. Um, Elena, she's all right. She's all right. I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to make her moves look better with with the flow of the pants and shit. And it's a more traditional African look as well. But it looks pretty good. I would say maybe like third place. But for me, the one that takes number one or number two, because you can't really beat Mai with her talents that she has. But for me personally, Terry Bogard, there was so much love poured into this character. Like from the back it says, what does it say? Southtown Southtown Wolves, and it says Fatal Fury. It got the star. So attention to detail. It has 1991. I guess that's when first Fatal Fury came out or something. Could be Wolves. It has. I mean, it just the only thing that kind of threw me off is the vest, because this um skin this costume was teased in the world tour mode, in the story mode. Um, when he says that he likes to play basketball, people were expecting this. People were expecting this to happen, especially Terry fans or people that play world tour. Um, so yeah, that's why a lot of people were excited about it. And that's why I was excited about it when I saw it. Of course, we didn't expect the vest. The vest kind of threw a lot of people off. I think it's all right. I don't really think it's a big deal. I think the reason they put the vest on is because he looks weird without it, because he has a very thin waist and a very huge back and shoulders, and it makes him look a little bit goofy. It just makes him look like he's not a real person, which he's not, but still. And the vest kind of like evens him out, from what I could tell, because I have seen some mods um, where it's just where they take off the vest, and it does look a little bit, just a little bit weird to me personally. But anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it for today. I can't wait for Summer Game Fest. It's gonna be this Friday. Um, hopefully, hopefully Alex is announced, um, and um, and we could see, Alex in the game or other new characters. I don't care what it is. The one thing I will say though is that Marvel versus Capcom. I mean that Marvel what is it, Token or Tokan? Sudoku, Marvel Sudoku. At first I thought it said Token, which I was like, Token, like what? Um, yeah, when it said Token, I thought they were gonna monetize it online, like a free to play game, and I got a little scared. I was like, Token? Are we gonna have to buy Token? Brought flashbacks. But anyways, I can't wait for Summer Game Fest. Get some more news. Hopefully, there's more exciting news on Friday. I'll get back to you on that day. And we can't wait for 2026. We get our hands on on Marvel Token or Token or whatever. Um, but anyways, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.